last fall, I was on the phone with my grandpa. I had recently moved to Monterey with my fiance, and I was telling him what it's like living in California, how beautiful the water is, how fresh the air smells. What a sight for a kid from the desert to see a blanket of fog descend upon the bay, and also how darn expensive everything is. There was a brief moment of silence on the other end.
It's not true.
Then he spoke up and asked, "Are you happy?" I told him I was. "Good," he replied. He didn't care about where I was, whom I was with, or how much I complained about politics or inflation. All he wanted to know was whether I was happy. And thinking back, that's really all that matters. Mundane aggravations, daily minutia, all of it gets washed away in the whirlwind of our messy lives, and often our only memory of a certain time period consists of a feeling, an amorphous impression that we were either happy or not so happy. Henry's ability to convey the deepest wisdom in the most succinct, pithy remarks was unmatched. But I don't need to extol his brilliance, wealth of experience, or worldliness. Anyone who knew him could readily attest to those. What I'd like to do instead is underscore his unique appreciation for and perspective on nature. From what I gathered in my sporadic interactions with him over the last 27 years, my grandpa's conception of love, God, and the cosmos resembled that of Spinoza or Einstein. Not only was he intellectually on par with some of history's greatest minds, but ethically, too. Yes, he was a Catholic, but by no means a zealot, nor did he conform to any sort of orthodoxy, religious or otherwise. He was a man of sense and reason, unrestrained by the follies of ideology and dogma. He did what was right, regardless of whether it was popular or politically correct. He worked on the front lines of the AIDS epidemic, spent time in Haiti treating those with little to no access to healthcare, and tirelessly devoted himself to countless patients over the years. One such patient actually wrote a book, and in it described Henry as the angel with blue eyes. He put the care in healthcare, which is becoming exceedingly rare these days, and I believe how he treated his fellow human was a reflection of the cosmic love he felt in his heart. He just wanted those he loved to be happy because he, more than any of us, knew how much pain and suffering there is in this world. I'm sure he experienced plenty of his own, considering the line of work he was in and the loss of his own daughter, my mother. I'm also sure that a lot was left unsaid, not just because he was discreet, but also because of the sheer ineffability of certain thoughts and emotions. Sometimes we can't put into words exactly how we feel, so we approximate and leave the rest locked up in our minds, forever unknowable, even to those we are closest with. Comprehending this all, especially toward the end of his life, he left out meaningless platitudes and just cut to the chase. Are you happy? If I could have, I would have asked him that very same question in his final days. But the more I think about it, the more I realize that that would have been unnecessary. Of course he was happy, in the deepest and most profound sense of the word. Anyone who can fathom infinity, as I'm certain he could, cannot help but be happy and find solace in the wonder and mystery of nature. I close with a quote from Camus. Gazing up at the dark sky, spangled with its signs and stars, for the first time, I laid my heart open to the gentle indifference of the universe, to feel it so like myself, indeed so brotherly, made me realize that I'd been happy and that I was happy still. Grandpa, I love you.